Alright, elephant in the room. My first video was recorded when my meds had worn off, and it was late, and I was tired. My meds have also worn off again, it's also late, and I'm also very tired. Um, but so what? The comma matters, I guess. I'm titling this "So What" as a bit of an addendum to my first video. I have a more structured and scripted style for this one, so hopefully it works out a little bit better. Like I said in the original video, change has been something on my mind and very present in my life, especially as of late. It's mostly been chaotic, but I've been able to accept it for what it is and turn it into something much more structured and beneficial. It's gotten to a point where I've kind of embraced it. I mean, the biggest change of my life is coming up soon, as I mentioned in the last video. I'm moving away from home to a different province and will be on my own for the very first time. And I'm like super excited for it, even though it is scary. I've used change to kind of fuel what I want out of life. For like 3 years, I kept saying, for example, I might start making videos on YouTube and I want to start making content, but was always too scared or would keep putting it off because what's the point? But as life kept moving and the move keeps getting closer, I said, so what? It's a hobby I can work on and has brought me a good change. I kind of realize that when life is throwing things at you all the time, whether it's a move or shifting relationships or even just realizing how much you've changed, you can kind of start to spiral. You'll ask yourself a bunch of what ifs, but that's always a huge trap. I mean, it's been talked about to death before. You'll start to put things off, like in my case, making videos, which even this past week in my mind I've been saying, why make another video? It's dumb and shit like that. But I've been responding to myself with, so what? I don't have fancy equipment. I'm recording my voice on my phone currently, and then sending myself these voice recordings to my laptop to add them to Microsoft's Clipchamp, where it takes hours to upload it to YouTube. I copy my gameplay footage to a 16 gigabyte thumb drive where I chop the footage down on Clipchamp too. It is probably the least optimized YouTube video making machine ever, but oh what? It's fun. It's not saying so what in a way where you don't care. You should very much care about things, but it's about saying I can't control outside variables. I can control how I respond and react to it though. Take me, for example, with this whole YouTube thing again. I don't really care if anybody watches my channel. I'm having fun learning and making the videos. If people watch them, that's amazing. I'm happy you're here and I hope you get some enjoyment out of it. It's me having fun. To get a little personal, not that it hasn't been personal already, I have found success making these changes to my own life. Even 2 or 3 years ago, when life would get chaotic, I would not respond to it well. But after learning things the hard way, making that switch to reacting in a so what way allowed me to establish some stability when things would shift. It obviously didn't fix any of the problems, but it did allow me to take a second to figure out the solutions. I used to let the fear of change take some control of my life. I never felt ready, but you never will be ready, not fully at least. Always kept moving the goalpost to making some videos to go back to that example. When I get some equipment, or when I get better inspiration, there was always an excuse, but never a reason. You don't always need one though, like I laid out earlier. Least optimized YouTuber here. So what? I don't know. This is what was bouncing around my head while I was grinding. There's a lot of empty space in there. So, yeah, I'm funny and I'm here all week. If you're going through it right now, maybe ask yourself, so what? And maybe you'll get an answer or two. I also promised the next video would be a bit more structured, and hopefully this somewhat delivered, like, even a little bit. I kind of just wrote my thoughts out and then put it in bullet point form. My next video will probably be a deep dive into why I love Warframe so much. Like, a lot. Like, too much. Or Cyberpunk. It's one of my favorite games ever. Probably Warframe though, because if I went to go get some footage of Cyberpunk, I'd just end up playing through it all again. And I have a job that I need to go to, so that just sounds like a really bad idea right now. But yeah, if you watched, then thank you so much. If you want to subscribe, feel free to. If not, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. And I'll see you guys when I upload next, which will hopefully be soon. I'm having fun with this. So, yeah. Okay, bye guys.